7 signs he's emotionally mature. How can you tell if a guy is emotionally mature? Like, is he actually relationship material or just really good at pretending? Emotional maturity isn't about fancy words or grand gestures. It's about how you show up in everyday moments. So today we're diving deep into 7 clear signs that he is the real deal when it comes to emotional maturity. Are you ready for it? So let's get into this. The first sign, he can manage his emotional states. Now, this is obviously a big one. Emotional maturity starts with being able to regulate your own emotions. And for him, that means not losing his cool when life throws him a curveball. Whether it's a stressful workday, a traffic jam, or even a disagreement with you, he doesn't snap or spiral down, right? Instead, he pauses, he takes a breath, and he's processing his feelings before responding. And he's always responding like an adult, not like a little child. So let's imagine you're in a heated discussion. Instead of raising his voice or shutting you out, he calmly says, "Let me think about this for a second." That's an emotional regulation in action. He doesn't let the emotions run the show. And honestly, it's so refreshing. No tantrums, no ghosting, and no unnecessary drama. Emotion regulation isn't just a skill, it's a way of showing respect for himself and to the people around him. And let's be real, it's kind of a turn on too, right? The second sign, he's always respectful. Respect goes way beyond being polite or holding the door open for you. True respect is about valuing you and valuing himself too, your boundaries, your feelings, and your needs, and the same for him. Even when things get tough or you don't see eye to eye with each other, he keeps it classy. Think about it. He doesn't yell, he doesn't belittle you or give you this silent treatment. Instead, he approaches disagreements with maturity. He listens, he engages in a healthy conversation, and works through understanding your perspective. Respect also shows up in very small parts, in everyday ways, like honoring your boundaries without making you feel guilty or invalidated. This kind of consistent respect in both words and actions, that's the energy that we are looking for here. Hi, did you know there's an ancient formula that can show you exactly what you need to do in order to experience the life and the love of your dreams? I'm going to share a little secret with you because I teach this formula to all of my private clients, and the results that they have achieved just from these insights alone is absolutely incredible. And I call it the love alignment equation. And for a very short time, I'm inviting you to participate in a free 50-minute love alignment call with me or a member of my heart to heart team. All you have to do is click the link in the description, and if there's a booking link with available times, then you still have a chance to reserve your spot. So act fast before I decide to close this offer again. The third sign, he listens and tries to understand your point of view. Let me give you a scenario. You're venting about a frustrating day, and instead of zoning out or interrupting, he's just fully present. He's nodding, he's asking, thoughtful questions, and maybe even says something like, "So what I'm hearing is XYZ." That's active listening in action, and it's one of the clear signs of emotional maturity. But it doesn't stop there. A truly mature man doesn't just listen to respond, he listens to understand. So he validates your feelings and even tries to find common ground with you. And the bonus points if he remembers the little things you mentioned and brings them up later. It shows he genuinely values what you have to say. The fourth sign, he leans into conflict with composure. Conflict happens. It's part of our day-to-day life. It's part of relationships. But here's the difference. An emotionally mature man doesn't avoid it, escalate it, or try to win the fight. Instead, he approaches it calmly and sees it as an opportunity to grow and to strengthen the relationship. Let's say you're disagreeing about something really important. Rather than blaming you or shutting down, he stays focused on finding a solution. He doesn't make it personal or use the conflict as an excuse to criticize you. Instead, he keeps it cool and he works with you to move forward and to move through this. That level of composure, it's really rare, but it's also very refreshing. And then we have the fifth sign. He's a great communicator and he has really good communication skills. If he would expecting you to read his mind, that's obviously a big no-no, right? Communication is key in any relationship, regardless if it's emotional, romantic, friendly, business, makes no difference. And again, an emotional, mature guy knows how to express himself clearly and honestly. He'll use I statements like, "I feel hurt when," I feel disconnected, I need some space to think. And here's the kicker with this. He doesn't just talk, he listens to your needs and he listens to your feelings just as openly. Communication with him isn't a guessing game, it's a conversation where both of you feel heard and understood, and that's the foundation for a healthy relationship. The sixth sign, he takes responsibility and holds himself accountable to those responsibilities. Nobody's perfect. We all make mistakes. But emotionally mature man owns his mistakes. When he messes up, he doesn't deflect. He doesn't blame you or makes excuses. Instead, he reflects on his actions. He admits when he was wrong and he takes steps to make things right. Let's say he forgot a really important date or, said something hurtful in the heat in the moment. Instead of brushing it off or doubling down, he'll apologize, acknowledges how it affected you, and takes responsibility for it. Accountability isn't just attractive, it's a sign that he's serious about growing as a person and as a partner, and he wants that relationship to grow. And these kind of difficulties here and there, they're just part of the game, right? So now let's come to the seventh sign. He apologizes when he is wrong, and he really, really means it. Now, the reason why I bring this up, because I think apologies is such an important piece. Because apologies aren't just about saying oh, I'm sorry, and moving on. A real apology comes from a place of humility and accountability. When he says, I'm sorry, it's kind of half-hearted. Maybe he means it, maybe not. But if he says sorry, you feel that way, it's really genuine. If he says sorry that I did XYZ and that it made you feel XYZ, I really want to apologize for that. It's a totally different ballgame, right? So he will explain what he's sorry for, how he is going to improve it. And then, wait for it, he actually follows through. Because emotional maturity isn't just in the words, it's in the actions that back them up. A man who can own his mistakes and show a commitment to being better, that's emotional maturity. And that's a huge green flag. Like I said, apologies are part of the game. Difficulties and things like hurting here and there, that can just happen. It's just the way how we deal with this. So here you have it. These are 7 signs he's an emotionally mature man. If you're sitting there thinking, wow, this guy sounds like a unicorn that doesn't exist, yeah, you're not alone. A lot of people think that way. But let me tell you this, these men do exist. But finding them starts with raising your standards and knowing what to look for. What do you think? Did I miss any signs that are really important in terms of emotional maturity? Let me know in the comments below. And tell me about the most emotionally mature man you've ever met and how he showed up for you. Let's share the love for, these rare gems, even though, like I said, there are many out there. And don't forget, like this video, subscribe to my channel, and hit the bell so you don't miss any more videos and you're always up to date when we talk about love and dating and relationships. I'll see you in the next video.